We know that the manager always has a controlling over the subordinates and different employees. That controlling is an activity that ensuring the activities in an organization are performed as per the plans. If you are considering organizations or any management which have influenced by external factors also, what is actual and what is the standard comparison, then it is helps to take remedial actions. Namaste my dear students, Shubha Hebba here, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Yes, my dear students, a warm welcome to this session on the topic of that controlling. This is the 5th chapter of Management Principles and Applications. Yes, my dear students, in the previous session, we have discussed about leadership and motivation and different theories of motivations. Yes, in this session, we are going to discuss about controlling, one of the important functions of management. Let us start the session with different content, what we are going to discuss in this session. First one, quite introduction about controlling, and next meaning and definitions which have given by the different management thinkers, and next one, that what are the different characteristics of controls, and then importance of control, the process of control which is very important to manage the managerial activities. And next one, limitations, what are the different problems of controlling process, and next one, process of controlling, what are the different process of controlling, and the last one, types of controlling. Yes, these are all the different content we are going to discuss in this session. Yes, let us start to discuss about introduction of this chapter. What is controlling? Yes, sometimes that controlling, the process of control, it feels like a very restrictive, but sometimes it is very necessary to go in a certain way. Yes, that controlling, the process of controlling or that activities of controlling is very important in any management or organizing the different organizations. Yes, it is one of the important function of a manager, and in order to seek a planned result from the subordinates, a manager needs to exercise effective control over the effectiveness of the subordinates. We know that the manager always has a controlling over the subordinates and different employees. And what are the different process and what is the real meaning of control that we have to discuss. Yes, that is a meaning and definitions of control. That controlling is an activity that ensuring the activities in an organization are performed as per the plans. Performed as per the plans, or we can say that controlling, it is a process or it is an activity which controls or which direct the actions or just regulating the different actions which belongs to that management. That is called controlling. And according to Coons and O'Donnell, yes, I have taken one definition which have given by that famous management thinkers Coons and O'Donnell. Yes, that managerial control implies the measurement of accomplishment of the goal against the standard and the corrections of deviations to assure your attainment of the objectives of according to the plan. This is the definitions which have given by Coons and O'Donnell. Next, what are the different characteristics of controlling? Yes, the first one, managerial function. That managerial function, which means it is not only the main functions of the chief executive, that controlling, it is a function of all the managers towards all the employees or subordinates. And the second one, forward looking. Forward looking in the sense that past event has gone out. We can't do or we can't control at presently that past event. But what about the futures? That is that forward looking. That future can be controlled. We can do the plan how to control and how to regulate the actions. And the next one, that is continuous activity. That continuous activity in the sense that always the manager has the controlling power over all the subordinates. That activity is not in isolation. That activity will not get end. Yes, it is a continuous process. And next one, control is related to planning. The planning is a first primary functions of that management and controlling is a last function. Yes, you should have that proper plan to control, how to control the subordinates, how to regulate the actions, how to regulate the employees. So that before controlling, have to prepare a proper plan. Yes, that control which related to planning. And next one, that essence of control is action. Already as I told, what is control? Just to regulate the actions and just controlling the actions. So this is the one of the important part, important essence of that control. Okay. So these are all different features of control. And the next one, yes, that is the importance of control. Why the process of control is very important or required to handle the management. Yes, always sometime that all the employees feel like that, yes, that over control or just they will get a fatigue with the over controlling activities. So these are all which can create that very crucial conditions in any management. But there is some importance of control. Without control, that it can't possible to reach the goal in a proper way. Sometime it is possible to reach and there are so many times it is not possible to reach in a proper way. Yes, the first importance, basis for future actions. Yes, if they started to control or the process of control which consider on or the basis for that future actions. First, they have to get about the goal or just they have to get about the future actions, then try to control. Yes, how to regulate, what is the main objective, then how to control and how to carry that system towards the goal. So that is considered as a future action. Always the activity or the process about future actions. And the next one, it facilitates decision making. That decision making in the sense where there is a deviation between standards and actual performance. Standards and actual. Standards and actual performance, yes, then that controlling, the process of controlling which concerned about the decision making. Yes, which one we have to choose, standards or that actual performance. So that deviations which can be solution by that decision making and it is also helped by that controlling process. And the next one, facilitates decentralizations. We have discussed about the decentralization in the previous session, that each and every big organizations which requires the decentralization plannings, and yes, it is possible by that controlling. If that managerial system which have the controlling power, it is easy to manage the all the different departments if it is decentralization also. And the next one, it facilitates coordinations. That coordinations in the sense that if there is a controlling, that all others are working in a one manner, that managers are controlling, managers are regulating all the workers, yes, they are going with a coordinate among themselves. And the next one, it helps in improving efficiency. Yes, that is a various control devices act as a motivators to the managers and that employers. And next one, psychological pressure. Yes, it is a psychological pressure in the sense that controlling, the process of controlling which put the psychological pressure on that employers. That regularly evaluated that regulations of all the activities which tells about the evaluations of that actions and just to inform to correction with that actions. So these are all the different importance of controls. And the next one, there is that limitations of control. Yes, first one, that influence of external factors. If you are considering organizations or any management which have influenced by external factors also, for example, changes in the government policy, changes in the consumer's fashion, and just changes in the technological know-hows. So these are all which can create that influence towards the organizations, but it is not possible to control. And the next one, expensive. Yes, expensive it is which can create the more cost of production or the more cost of organizations. How it is? Yes, each and every worker or every employers they should have that executives, or they should have that managers, which tells about appointment of managers should be more. The number of managers should be more what they have appointed. That is why which can create that expensive appointment, and then providing the salary which can create the more expensive. Because of that, controlling in the sense regulating each and every workers, they should have managers, which means that high authorized person, and they are working under those authorized person, and of course appointment of number of employees or number of managers, which can create more expensive. And the next one, lack of satisfactory standards. Yes, lack of satisfactory standards in the sense activities of human behavior which is differ from one to another. For example, interfere with the government activities or just coordinate with the society. So these are all the different behavior. It will be changed in a person to person, and they can't fix that satisfactory standards. And the next one, that opposition from subordinates. Each and every employee will not follow or will not agree with the regulations what they have imposed by higher authorities. Somebody will oppose that controlling system, and somebody will follow with that controlling system. That is why this is one of the major limitations of that control. And then time consuming. Yes, that controlling or regulation in the sense it's that every work should be evaluated in the particular time and do the work and just report to them. So it will take more time. That is why the process of controlling which is considered as a time consuming. So these are all the different limitations of controlling. And next one, that what are the different process of controlling? Yes, there are majorly 4 steps of controlling. So what are the 4 steps? So this will be the step 1. This will be the step 2. This will be the step 3. This will be step 4. How it is work? See here. Step 1 and step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 4. Yes, after step 1, it flows to step 2, then step 3, then step 4. And next, which is taking feedback. Yes. Yes. What is the step 1? Establishment of standards. And second one, measurement of performance. Third one, comparison of actual standards performance. And the last one, taking remedial action. Let us discuss about the first one. So here, establishment of standards. First, we have to taking the decision about the standards. For example, the organization has taken the decision about providing 90% standards. Yes, first it has to establishment of that standards. And next, second one, that measurement of performance. Yes, before going to step 2, these particular establishment of standards which classified into 2. So one is measurable or it is tangible. And second one is non-measurable or intangible. Non-measurable and intangible. Yes, under the measurable standards that you can measure, you can touch that. So that is types of cost, output. These are all coming under the measurable standards. And then non-measurable or which is intangible, we can consider it is like a characteristics. Okay, so that qualitative, how it is performance of workers, performance of managers, the divisions of labors. So those standards is considered as a non-measurable or intangible. The first, that start with the step 1, that is establishment of standards. And the second one, step 2, that is about measurement of performance. Yes, that how to measuring the performance of standards. If it is considered that measurable standards, it is quite easy. It is like a qualitative manner. But that non-measurables, how to measure the non-measurables? It is only possible by qualitative. And qualitative in the sense, yes, performance of managers, how can we measure? Yes, that is difficult to measure, and it can be determined by that communication with the subordinates and then attitude of managers, then how they solve their particular problems. Yes, so these are all the different methods to measuring the standards. And the next one, comparison of actual and standard performance. Yes, that after step 2, then they have to coming to that step 3, that is about comparison of actual and standard performance. Yes, always there will be a deviations between that actual and standard. That we have to comparison which is better, what is actual and what is the standard comparison, then it is helps to take remedial actions. Which is better, what will be the reason for problems or the reason for difficulties of that performance. So that is coming under the third one. And the last one, taking remedial actions. Yes, that is 4th step, taking remedial actions. Remedial actions in the sense, yes, what are the different reasons behind that poor performance or of that standard performance. Yes, so these are all the different process of controlling. And yes, the next important topic, that is types of control. What are the different types of control? Here, just there are 3 important types of control. First one, that feed forward control, then concurrent control, and then feedback control. First one, feed forward control, which is that future directed, always which try to detect the anticipate problems. Or deviations from the standards in advance. So that is coming under the feed forward control. And the second one, that is concurrent control. It is called as steering control, and it allows the people to act on a process. Okay, so these types of control is called concurrent control. And what are the different adjustment required, and that will be considered under this types of control. And the last one, that is feedback control. It is a future oriented it is a future oriented control. It will be historical in nature, and it is also called post action control, which can tell us about the measurement of actions. So this is called that types of control. So there are 3 important types of control. One is feed forward control, second one is concurrent control, and third one is feedback control. Yes, these are all the different important facts we have discussed today. Yes, my dear students, I hope you have understood the concept what I have taught today. This is the time to say thank you all for joining me in this session. Read well, keep watching. Thank you once again.